So in this video, I'm going to show you what we call a blurb section. It's really great for frequently asked questions or something of that nature. And I'm going to go ahead, and we are currently in the pages section where we have this home page that we are building out, and we're going to open it up and we're going to click Add New Content Block. And we're going to choose this blurb section. So I'm going to make this my FAQ. And I'm going to go ahead and click Create Block. So I have the FAQ section here. I'm going to go ahead and click Edit. I'm going to start adding entries to it. So when I click Create New Entry, I'm going to go ahead and title this, this is just going to be number 1. And I'm going to grab some text here that I can use for my frequently asked questions. And when I come back here, I can go ahead and put in this blurb. I'm going to go through some of these other options in a minute, but I kind of want to show you just really quickly how like a frequently asked questions would work. So this area, this blurb, will be the answer, and this subtitle will be used as the question. This is how I like to use this section. So my subtitle is going to be my question, and then this is going to be my answer right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Create Entry. I'm going to do 3 of these really quickly. So I'm going to do number 2. And sometimes it's really nice just to go ahead and put your question here in the label so that you know which question it is. I'm going to click Create Entry because this is titled 1 and 2, but if it was the question, it might be easier to reorganize or edit. And I'm going to create a third one. So we'll title this 3. And I'm going to go ahead and just create my question and my answer. I'm doing this so I can show you kind of the basics, and then I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of this page. So I have my 3 questions in there. I'm going to come over to context. I'm going to title this frequently asked questions, and I'll put a little bit of text in here as well. And I'm going to leave the background and everything as is. I'm going to come back and go through all of that in a second. So I'm going to click Save. And I'm also going to change this number of columns. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, because I have 3 items in there, and I want them to evenly spread across the page. So I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to go and refresh the site that we're working on. And we have our frequently asked questions. So here was that title that we created with a little bit of text. And then this is number 1, number 2, and number 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, and we have 3 columns to go across. So this is like your basics. You can come in here and you can create frequently asked questions. You can create another 3 down here, and just keep running down. But this is also a great section to do other things. So I kind of want to show you what else you can do with this section. So let's go back to the entries, and let's go back and let's create a new entry. And we'll title this 4, and I want to upload an image. So I'm going to click Upload New, and I'm going to upload this little light bulb. It's 128 by 128 pixels, and I'm going to click Open. And I have this little icon. It's a transparent pink, so it falls nicely on any background. And I'm going to create a title here and a description. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you what happens when you put a title in. So this will be 4. Before we just use this and this, but we have a third section here that's a title, and I'm going to click Create Entry. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to create number 5. Put some text in here. I'm going to grab some more Lorem Ipsum text. And I'm going to do one more. I'll make it 6. And since I already uploaded that image, I'm going to go into my library. So I clicked Open Library to find that. I'm going to make this 6. Put a little bit of text here, and click Create Entry. Now, if I remember correctly, I didn't add that image, so I'm going back into 5. And instead of uploading new, I'm going to open Library, grab that image again, click Select, and my image is in there, and I'm going to save the changes. So now I'm going to go back and refresh this page, and you're going to see now The difference is we've added this little icon and this title. So this is normally where we would put the question and the answer. Well, we have a nice little title. Now, obviously, this is going to be a bigger font, so it's going to take up more room. So it's really great if you just have a short little title that you want to put in there. And depending on how big your header font is going to change those sizes. So, so again, you kind of have these three different hierarchies of text that you can use. So now let me show you some other things that you can do with this section. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to create a new entry, and we'll title this 7. I'm going to put some text in, but instead this time, let's say I'm going to use it to just like show a picture of somebody. So maybe it's the name of the person that I use as the title, and I'm going to click Upload New, and I'm going to grab a picture. This one I have set 800 by 800, and click Open. And this time I'm going to put a button in. So let's say I want to link out somewhere. So let's say I want to, this will be my button, and I want to link it somewhere, http://, and I want to open it in a new window because maybe I'm sending it somewhere else, and I'm going to create entry. I'm going to do this 2 more times so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to open my library so I don't upload miscellaneous images that I don't need. I'll put a title in here, a little subtitle here, add another button, put in my link, and create entry. I'm going to do that 1 more time so you can see what it looks like when it's all nice across the whole site. So I'm going to grab this image from the library. I clicked Open Library to grab that image. I'm going to put a title, and we'll title this 9, put some text in, and I'll add 1 more button. That's the button label. You could say click here, whatever you want it to say, HTTP, and I'm going to go ahead and click Create Entry. So I have these 3 new ones that I added. Okay, so we're going to go to the home page, we're going to refresh it, and we had the original 3 questions that we created. We had the next 3 with icons, and now we have these 3 which have an image, a different title, and buttons that link places. So you can use this section for a lot of things, and if we want to, we can come back in here and we can do things like change the background. So let's see what that looks like. So let's change this to a gray. We could also just come in here and pick a color, change it to an orange, changes it to orange. You could also just type the hex code in there from Photoshop. We can add a button, so this will be a button that goes under our title text area. So I'll show you that in a sec. We'll put in a fake link here. We'll leave it opening in the same window. We have an alternative link. We'll put in a fake link here. We can choose if the buttons go above or below the content, and then we can change the column. So let's say I want it to be 4. I want to show you what happens when you have more items in there. So we'll go ahead and click Save, and if we go back, you're going to notice that the background is going to be orange, and we have 4 items across now, so it's fitting them all in, and then we get our miscellaneous 1 down here. And wow, that orange is really burning my retina. So I'm going to go back and change that to a gray. I'm going to change this back to 3 columns because I think it looks way better, and save it. And then you'll notice that if you come in here to the uploaded items, you can see everything you have. So if you uploaded and tried a bunch of different sizes on things, you'll go ahead and you can come in here and clean it up if you want. You can delete the items or preview them or edit them by name if you're doing SEO. So if I want to change the title and add a description for SEO purposes, I can do that as well. And if we go back, everything should fall back into place away from these 4 columns, back into 3 with a light gray background. And there you have it. So this is a really versatile section. You can use it again for FAQ. You can use it to discuss different services in your business. You can use it to call out certain people. These can even be like testimonial quotes where you have the person's image and you could put text in here. So a lot of different options for that blurb section. So if you want to add a blurb section, you can certainly do that.